Hello, everybody. Welcome to day two of your championship weekend. Day two of round 35 in the championship. And watch along number two here. It is Leicester versus Norwich is the main TV game in the earlies today. Alongside Derby versus Blackburn and Pompey versus Hull. Whatever you are across and watching, keep us in touch with everything. We're going to be here for the next couple of hours, and we would love to hear from you guys in the chat on all of that good stuff as we go. Let's say some hellos in the chat. Early adopters, morning, Kelly. 4:10 a.m. Wow, maybe you do have a problem. It's a good problem. A good problem to have, as managers would say. Connor, welcome. Blakey, welcome. DJ M, welcome. Dan, welcome. Gibbler, welcome. Great to see you guys here and ready for this. Let's get things moving with a like spike straight away, as we tend to, wherever you are watching, on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, etc. You'll see something that looks a bit like that. Hit it right now. You have got 11 seconds. Let's start as we mean to go on with a like spike. Lovely job. Thank you, everybody, for your support. We normally get 50 likes before kickoff. We are up to 19, so let's keep that moving. That is your only means of supporting today. We don't need super chats. We had a brilliant super chat target yesterday that got reached in glorious fashion. Let's just say so. We'll come back with a super chat target on Monday night. Who are we doing on Monday night? Birmingham versus Middlesbrough. Right, let's get straight in with Leicester and Norwich. We are going to do team lineups and all of that good stuff first. So, normal question to you guys. Who are you looking forward to seeing playing here? Who are your potential match winners in Leicester City versus Norwich? Here come your team lineups. Okay, so remember, this is Gary Rowett's third game in charge. He has drawn the first two. And it's been a difficult start, hasn't it? Stoke away, Middlesbrough away, and now an informed Norwich side for his first game at the King Power. Asmir Begovic is the mightily experienced goalkeeper in there. 38, Asmir. How about that? Fullbacks, Pereira and Thomas. Nelson and Okoli, the centre-backs. Okoli scored for Rowett, didn't he, at Middlesbrough in the week. Skip and Winks are the expensive and experienced central midfield, currently operating in the Championship relegation zone. How about that? It is Mukasa and Fataru wide, with Reed off Daka up top. Bench for Leicester go Stalarczyk, Lascelles. I think he'd been an injury worry, one of the two free transfers in there. Aluko, Aribo, James, Page, Monga, Ayu and Mavadidi. Asmir isn't starting anymore. Maybe, if that is true, yeah, someone's saying that on TikTok as well. Stalarczyk's in. So, yeah. I think FootMob hasn't caught up with that. So if the chat and everything flashing at me is correct, we'll say Stalarczyk there instead of Begovic. For Norwich, Kovacevic in goal. Fisher and Krizen are the full-backs. McConville and Cordoba are the centre-backs, McLean and Field. One of a couple of very useful January arrivals, Field, along with Paris Magoma, who's playing up ahead of him, and Ali Ahmed as well. Liam Gibbs in there for Norwich, with Matthias Kvistgarden up top for Norwich City. On the bench for the Canaries, Grimshaw, Darling, Stacey, Medic, Slimane, Marcondes, Wright, Mundell Smith and Spring at Norwich. Very short-handed up top now. Of course, Josh Sargent has now departed for MLS. And Mohamed Toure, who started like an absolute house on fire, hadn't he? Joins the excellent Javon Makama on the injury table. So a bit unlucky, Norwich. They seem to have signed well with strikers, and they all appear to be injured today. I wonder whether that might just be a key in today's game. Remember, Leicester City, what's the number? Can someone fact check me on this? I think it's 30 games without a clean sheet. Is that right? 29, 30? It's somewhere up there. We've been tracking that one all season because it just seems an astonishing number of games to not be able to shut out your opponents. Right, shall we go to predictions, you lot? And before you do that, hold your fire. 1 second. Let me tell you what has been said on the community tab of the illustrious Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Right, 1.3k votes. And of that 1,300 people who cast a vote here, 18% think this game will be a draw. 26% think this game will be a Leicester win. And 56% think this will be a Norwich win. So, heavily on Norwich. Get your predictions down there in the comments right now. You have got 24 seconds. You don't have to be funny. You don't have to be clever. Just write your predictions. We'll read them together. Right, let's get as many predictions as we can in here. And read out as many as I can. What do we reckon? Desmond, well, give me the goals. Love the goals. That'd mean no Leicester clean sheet, wouldn't it? 2-1 Leicester. Another Desmond. Ian, how are you, matey? Drew, 2-0 Leicester. Dan, 1-1. HX, 2-1 Norwich. Sar, 3-1 Leicester. We're all over the place. Here. Richard, 2-1. Damsido, 2-0 Norwich. There you go. Someone's got to cover it. Nil. Effin. Nil. Colt. 3-1 Norwich. You might struggle for your Toure brace. I think he's injured as well. Steve, 2-1 Norwich. Quite a few on 2-1 Norwich, isn't it? Another Desmond in there as well. Blakey, 2-1 Norwich. And another Desmond, Mustafa. 16 first team players out. Well, I'll say my usual there. You can only have 11 first team players. And if there were truly 16 first team players out, you have a squad of 25, right? Is that how many get registered? So Norwich would only be able to field 9 players. So I'm not entirely sure that first team is correct there, but I'm splitting hairs there. Norwich have plenty of injuries. That is for sure. D-Man says 2-1 Norwich. What else have we got here? There we go. Liam, 3-1 Norwich as well. Leicester last kept the clean sheet in the same round we won. How about that? Game week 6. Who was that? It was against Coventry. Was it against Coventry? Is that right? They get a 0-0 somewhere. I'm trying to remember. What did I go for? I think I went for the draw in this one. I think Gary gets his first home game here, and I think, as I said, I went for the draw. Excuse me, everybody. Look away now. I'm just gonna blow my nose really, really quickly. Got to be done. Authenticity. Facebook. Rowett is coming out and applauding the crowd here as he's unveiled. I wonder if the job is his if things go well. It's a temporary position, isn't it, for Gary Rowett? But, you know, there are worse people who could be in charge of a championship club for sure. Let's go for another couple of predictions here. 3-0 Foxes. Desmond. And Desmond as well. Lots of debate about what the first team is. The first team are the 11 players that step out on the pitch. The substitutes bench is the next 9. The first team squad is the 25. The wider squad is the whole of the club registered players. So when people say first team players injured, I think that's as wrong as you could be. In terms of, I think a first team player is one who's in the 11 top minute makers at your club. I think people just exaggerate, don't they? And look, they've got a lot of injuries, and I say this whenever any fans of it say they're not first team players. Basically, is what I'm saying often, and fans often say they are. But look, we exaggerate often to make our point, don't we? What are you going to do, hey? It's all pedantry, isn't it? Semantics, hey? Right. I think we're about to kick off now. How are we doing for time? 12:29, we're doing okay. How are we doing for likes as well? Did we get anywhere near 50 before kickoff here? Hit the like button. We're at 34. Let's do another like spike. We're going to afford another quick 11 seconds before we go. Hit thumbs up before this game starts. Let's see if we can get over 50 likes on the stream. You've got 11 seconds. Good, 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 go. It's not war, it's military action. There you go. Exactly. I think we're into unimportant conversations, really, with what are first team players and not first team players. We've gone up to 47 likes. I think we're going to do it, you lot. You're the greatest. Thank you so, so much. Oh, we've kicked off. Obviously, look, I missed kickoff to say you're the greatest. So it was all worth it in the end. Let me fix this up. How many seconds are we in? 15. Bosh. We're all lined up. We're off and running. It is Leicester versus Norwich in the EFL Championship. Let's enjoy the game. Just quickly run around the teams one more time. It's not Begovic, it's Stalemate, as we've been corrected. Thomas Pereira, Nelson Okoli, Skip, Winks, Reed, Fatawu, Mikasa, Dark. Obviously, Skip was at Norwich very successfully when they were promoted in 2021. I can't remember. Promoted a couple of times in 3 years, weren't it? It was the second time Ollie Skip was there for Norwich, wasn't it? For the Canaries, and let me just hold fire. Cross comes in from the left, half volleyed. Weird, loopy kind of shape on it. Hard to defend. Pereira to Nelson. And blocked out by Gibbs. who does appear to be playing on the right. I didn't think he would, actually. Gone for McGomer in the central. It's John the foul. Very noticeably, the Coventry on the brain, because I'm reading the comment down there. The Leicester players buzzing around. Liam Gibbs there trying to get some tackles in early. Right, I was going to do the Norwich 11, wasn't I? Kovacevic, Fisher, Chrisen, McConville, Cordoba, McLean, Field, Gibbs, McGomer, Ahmed, and Kvist Garden. Here is Paris McGomer. Oh, nice give and go. But Ahmed's got it on the corner of the box. Ahmed, was that a shot or a cross? Doesn't matter, we're still going. Do you know what? That opened up fairly nicely for Norwich, didn't it? Ahmed in that kind of inside left position that he's been very successful in early in his short Norwich career here. I don't mean that, do I? I just mean in his short Norwich career so far. Wonder if he could have done more with that. Was he a bit cold? 2 minutes into this one. Cordoba striding forward confidently. It's a confident start actually for Norwich. They're right up the pitch. Remember, the plight of Leicester is quite something, isn't it? They are in the bottom. Well, actually, they're not in the bottom three, strictly speaking. Right now, if we had a point on for the fact that they're at 0-0, they're outside of the bottom three on goal difference, on 35 points. But they're banging trouble, as you can imagine. We're having that conversation about a year one parachute team. 12 games out from the end of the season. None too clever. Knock inside by Chrisen. It's going to be a Leicester restart. Hi Ben, do you think I've got a mental problem for drinking 8 cups of coffee a day? Well, Drew, it won't be a mental problem. It would be a physical problem, buddy, if that's all caffeinated. He says, supping on a Diet Coke. But yeah, maybe a couple of cups fewer. Here's Pereira. Knocks that back to Stalarczyk, who boots it clear. Oh, heavy touch there. Given away. And it's opened up a bit for Norwich down the right. Gibbs cross deflected. Stalarczyk. Good kind of dive out from his 6-yard box to gather that one. Will on TikTok with a confident prediction with his Ipswich hat on. I'll leave that for the viewers on TikTok. Cordoba. Norwich on top here. They're on the ball. Leicester sitting in their team shape. Field dropping into that position alongside the centre-backs from central midfield. Good press by Leicester. Norwich have to go long. Skip wafts a foot at that and they have won it back. Okoli. Tit for tat in the first 6 minutes. I think Norwich has been the better side so far. Spring is here Everyone feeling sexy. When you reach my age, mate, not so sure about that. Ahmed stepped inside Pereira really easily there. Looked like he'd drawn a foul. Nothing given. Leicester switched to play. Skip back to Nelson. That one inside from Thomas. Mikasa. Winks. Leicester getting a bit of control. Hospital ball there, but it nearly worked in their favour, actually. Do you know what? The passing sped up because of a bad pass. Although here comes a Norwich counter-attack. Magoma slips that through to Kvistgarden. And it's going to be a corner to Norwich. Strange that. Leicester kind of knocking the ball about fairly aimlessly. One overhit pass means the next pass has to go forward early, which nearly got Reed in, which then led to a counter-attack, which nearly got Norwich in. Butterfly effect, or what there? Kvistgarden, good movement. Not sure what Okoli's complaining about there. Corner for Norwich. Ahmed gives the signal. Dreadful corner. Goes in low, easily cleared. Chrisen. Goes Diag. Bounces out. And it's a goal kick to Leicester. No goals in the earlies just yet. So it's Derby 0, Blackburn 0 in a very John Eustace looking derby. Pompey 0, Hull 0. Later on today, Charlton Wrexham, Coventry Stoke, Ipswich Swansea, Oxford West Brom, Preston Millwall, QPR Sheffield United, and Sheffield Wednesday versus Southampton. And we'll be here on Monday night watching Birmingham versus Middlesbrough. That should be a cracker. Winks. Heavy touch by Daka up top. Mukasa's pinged that into the corner for Tawu to chase. Chrisen does well there. Fatawu can be a very, very lively opponent, let's just say. Ben, didn't know you did watch-alongs. Nice one. Cool. It's great to have you here. I think we might be up to number... How many watch-alongs have we done this season? Someone click live on my channel tab. Must be over 50, mustn't it? Right, long throw-in. Coming in from the right. Magoma, easy nod clear. Kvistgarden can't hold it. Magoma snaps back in. Gibbs looks after the ball nicely and knocks it back in to McConville, to Cordoba. That's nicely worked from Norwich. Leyton Orient 0. Barnsley 1 in League One. Leyton Orient in the playoff final last year in League One. In relegation danger less than 1 year later. It's amazing how quickly I can block on TikTok when I've got my mouse here. Creme de la FM. Let's make sure YouTube doesn't see that. There you go. Cool. Happy days. 11:10 on the clock. tit for tat, cat and mouse, whatever you call it. Apologies to anyone watching on TikTok who that bird wasn't for. It was well deserved for the person who got it, though. It'll feed down the line. Ahmed. Magoma. McLean, we literally haven't mentioned him yet. Playing in central mid for Norwich. Hasn't touched the ball, I don't think. Magoma. Crosses from the right-hand side. Oh, Chris Garden had found a bit of space there. It just went over his head, the cross. Probing here. Norwich. Is Sam doing co-coms today? He's doing Pompey. Yes, he's doing Pompey Hull as we speak. Evidently on TalkSport. Offside flag goes up against Kvistgarden. Did it really, Liam? Happened to Leyton Orient last time. Playoff final 13-14, relegated 14-15. I did not know that. I must remember that and bring that up on the League One prediction show with Matt SB when we do that. Cordoba steps out from the back four. Concedes a foul on Mukasa. Little bit aggressive there. No yellow card brandished. Fatawi went off the right. Ooh. Long range shot there. And Kovacevic, bit unorthodox. Gets down and saves it. It's Winks who hit it. Strange one, actually, because it's right at his feet. Yeah, really weird technique that from Kovacevic there. You see keepers over and again just crouch down, make sure that's not going through their legs and just catch those. It was a bit kind of swervy, wasn't it? Offside flag up the other end against Magoma. Yeah, he's miles off, isn't he? I say miles off. He's a modern day miles off. When you've got 8 cameras on every single game. Magoma's picking it up a fair bit. He's got it again now. Just grabbed it off Winks. Nice feet. Magoma. Oh, nice little reverse ball there. You thought that was going out wide. Chrisen crosses that in, headed out by Nelson. It's a foul there. Rest played advantage. Cordoba pops it out left to Ahmed. Ahmed gets it back off field. Fatawi's doubled up. Plenty of possession. Cordoba feeds that down the line. Chrisen underlap. Really good from Norwich. Blocked out though. They're going to keep the attack going. They've got Leicester on the back foot quite badly here, haven't they? Ahmed. All reverse ball. Chrisen right deep into the box. That's poor. He had a load of time there. He really could have probably could have sprinted in towards the 6-yard box there, and he hangs up just a bit of a nothing cross there. Look at the time he's got. Could have really engaged them. You can see the Norwich players, they're a little bit disappointed with the delivery. Kieran, my birthday today. Happy birthday to you, my friend. Magoma. Crosses back stick. The header was down and cleared away by Thomas. Norwich well on top here. Looking for this opening goal. Big switch of play again. Ahmed. And you've got to say the Leicester back four is almost too narrow, isn't it? There's wide open spaces. I get why they want the clean sheet. And they want to protect the goal. But they are. If the Norwich fullbacks come forward or the wingers pull wide, leaving themselves open. They keep losing at the back as well. There's something here for Norwich for sure, isn't there? Field. Bournemouth 0, Sunderland 1 in the Premier League. If you're across that, let us know what's going down there. Spring it. Cordoba wins the... It wasn't a 50-50, it was a 60-foot. And here they are again against a really narrow back four down the left. Magoma inside the box. Great feet, really good football. Oh, they are absolutely peppering Leicester here, Norwich. Edge of the box, shot driven in by McLean. Blocked out, corner. I think the refs, he stopped the game. There's 3 players down. But if this pattern continues for in any way, shape or form, Norwich are going to take the lead reasonably quickly, aren't they? If you had a choice of game, which game today would you have picked? Who asked that? Oh, it's disappeared up there. You know my answer to that. I don't pick games because football fans can't accept any decision that doesn't involve their team. So, no. This break is probably good for Leicester, isn't it? Philippe Clement will be very happy with the pattern of the first 20. The only thing he won't be happy with is that Norwich haven't scored. Territory has been all theirs. But yeah, no shots to speak of. Leicester have actually had 3. But lies, damn lies and statistics. Don't just look at the shot count. Who's that on TikTok? Oxford are finished, aren't they? Well, they've got some chance, haven't they, if they can beat West Brom today. They could do with a Norwich win in this one as well. All the teams down at the bottom could do with Leicester not getting anything from this game. It's a corner to the Canaries. Leighton Orient 1, Barnsley 1. In League One. Corner comes in near post. Headed goalwards. Side netting. Oh, I think there must have been a few looking from the hard cam side that thought that had gone in. Probably a few in the away end as well. Chris Garden on the near post. Pretty free. I think the keeper's probably got the near post covered. Just drifts wide. Big respect to Sunderland fans. Yeah, that would have been a... You got to go down there the night before for that one, haven't you? Crikey. Oxford need a result today. Yeah, they need to win that, don't they? They really do. No goals in the earlies here. Derby 0, Blackburn 0. Our game here, Leicester 0, Norwich 0. Pompey 0, Hull 0 for Sam over on Talk Sport. Gives a goal, Championship. Leicester throw in. And they've worked it inside to Fatawu. His shot's blocked. Pereira goes 50-50. Ball's bobbling about. Winks. Nice ball through the lines. Pereira. Daka. Not the worst effort you'll ever see, because he controls it and hits it in pretty much the same movement. Just puts it over the crossbar. That's a bit scary. My computer just said it was updating something. Don't do that midstream. Okoli. It's gone back to Stalacic. Nicely worked out though via Winks to Pereira. Winks. Gets it back. Oh, that's fed down the left wing. Is Reed onside? Yes, he is. His touch is not good though. Let's Fisher come in and nick it off him. Closest Leicester have kind of come to opening Norwich up there, and as I thought it might, even though they went close from the corner, that injury hold, that head injury did help Leicester, didn't it? Because Norwich had a right head of steam up there, hadn't they? Switch of play. Krasen heads away. Field. Cordoba. Skip, just not strong enough there. Gibbs takes it off him. Magoma, who's played well, driving through the middle. This is great from Magoma. Oh, and it's tipped round the post by Stalacic. Nobody went to the ball. It's one of those moments where you're running back on a counter. Everybody's worried about zones of the pitch and players that don't have the ball. And the player that does have the ball, straight through the middle. Desperately poor defending, isn't it? And Magoma, well, he scuffs the shot, doesn't he? Clean hit on that. I reckon he scores, doesn't he? Stalacic puts it round the post. Krasen knocked down the line. Magoma, who's playing really nicely, puts that back post headed back in. Stalacic's got it, but Norwich look dangerous again. Are Norwich at risk of being pulled into the fight with a loss here? I wouldn't have thought so, no. You never know. Have to be quite the collapse from where they are form-wise at the moment, Norwich, wouldn't it? Pereira tackles Ahmed. Norwich have got it at left back. Oh, well, Cordoba's stepped over from centre back down the left. I got fouled after the ball had gone there. I think Daka left something on him. Ref didn't see it. Cordoba. Long one looking for Kvistgarden. It got Okoli out and he had to play it, didn't he? Magoma. Gibbs. Chrisen. Gibbs. Magoma. Oh, he's done well to release that. Ooh, lovely feat by Ahmed to beat Pereira there. Pereira's got back to him. No foul, although he hit the deck there, Ahmed. Battled away well there, the winger for Norwich. Wins a throw-in. There are 3 teams worse than Norwich for sure. Well, we only need to worry about 2. Sheffield Wednesday already gone in record fashion. There's one in the channel for Gibbs to play. So they've mixed it up well, Norwich. That one goes out. Not afraid to play direct. Just showing that chance for the worst bit of defending you'll see for Magoma, where the defenders, it's Okoli particularly. To be fair to Nelson, he's tracking Kvistgarden. But yeah, go to the ball. Oh, Leicester hoping goal difference would save them. I wouldn't have thought so. But right now, it is. Until later on. Might still be saving them later on. Okoli. Thomas back to Okoli. Leicester look rather devoid of ideas, don't they? It's gone into Winks. Norwich just look like they've got a bit more kind of fizz about them. Which you'd understand, I guess. Knocked in long for Fatawu, who tries his damnedest to keep that in and doesn't manage it. Whoop. Pretty difficult one to control, to be fair. He just knocked it too far ahead. Off his shin, wasn't it? Abdul gets that on the instep. We might have been having a different conversation right now. Because then spring it. Leicester sat back. You can see Gary Rowett trying to get them up the pitch. Too deep, too narrow, all of that. Ahmed is offside on the switch of play. Well, there you go. Fair play, Gary. 2 seconds after we call him trying to get his team up the pitch, they spring the offside trap on the winger there. Fatawu tries to step inside Ahmed, makes the tackle, and Norwich get up the pitch. Can 100% see Baggies going down as it stands. God, they need a reaction today, don't they? Switch of play. And Leicester take the throw, but that's turned over to Ahmed. Magoma. Oh, lovely feed from Magoma. Heavy touch by Ahmed. To be fair, Pereira had tracked him across from right back. Ooh, Nelson comes out, clears his lines. Magoma nearly nicked it off, and it's a good tackle from Thomas. I've just had a horrible realisation. There's no coffee in my kitchen. Oh, there's some instant. There's none of the little pods you put in the machine. I need a half-time coffee. Gonna have to make do with instant. Only Sam Allardyce can save the Baggies now. Do wonder if Morrison will get the West Brom gig for the remaining games. Is that any better than Ramsey? Don't answer that one. Poor old Eric. What a struggle, hey? Sean, Leicester to survive the last game of the season against Blackburn. Can see it. Although didn't Blackburn survive in the last game of the season at Leicester 2 years ago with John Eustace and Sammy Smodics there? Interesting. Oh, Magoma loops that over the top. Ahmed, he tried to play it inside. Field had made the run. Pereira makes the block. Hey, brew will do you wonders, Ben. Yeah, I could do that, couldn't I? Spoken like a true Yorkshire man, Liam. Such are the dramas of life, having to use instant coffee. Yeah, right. I'm sure my ancestors would laugh at my entitlement, yes. It's amazing how quick we get used to a certain standard of life, though, isn't it? I want my coffee, and I want it now. Free kick Norwich, which McLean is going to pop in left-footed. Caffeine fix required. That's naughty, though, isn't it? Just after one of these as well. Right, McLean sticks that flat across to the far stick, headed in, then back out by Nelson. Spring it. Headed out. Ahmed. Knocked back out to the winger. Plays it into McLean, who just, drives past Mikasa, actually. Good run by McLean. He wanted the foul. Not given. Certainly an untidy tackle by Fatawu, wasn't it? Does he foul him? Yeah, he definitely does, doesn't he? Yeah, I don't know why that doesn't get given. That should have been a free kick to Norwich, that, shouldn't it? Ahmed to Magoma, who miscontrols the ball. He's played brilliantly, Magoma, hasn't he? But gave it away there. Gibbs wins it back. McLean. Crizen. Do you know, if I were a Norwich fan, don't clip me saying that, I'd be pretty frustrated with this because they have been pretty dominant, and I don't want to dig out Crizen at left back. He's had 3 positions where he really wasn't there in terms of finding a striker in the box. All the Norwich fans telling me injuries mean they're missing strikers and Josh Sargent leaving, but haven't got him the service yet. Kvistgarden. Norwich have a corner. It's going to come in right-footed from Magoma. They've won first contact on a few of these, Norwich, actually, haven't they? In it goes. They've won first contact on that one. I think McConville headed it. I don't think he thought that was going to reach him. Kind of tapped out of the header a little bit, didn't he? Winks to Skip, back to Winks. Pereira. Mukasa to Okoli. Reed round the corner. Winks. Nice bit of football from Leicester. Skip on to Fatawu. 1v1 with Crizen. Skip. Mukasa. Winks. Tries to absolutely fizz that into Daka. And the way Leicester are playing and have been playing, maybe simplicity is your friend here. Just put way too much on that pass, didn't he? Channel ball, Kvistgarden. 50-50 there. Both players go down. We play on. Still no goals in any of the earlies in the Championship. A quiet day. Reed's trying to bustle his way in down the left wing. Presenting to Cordoba. Mukasa. Leicester, bit of territory. All nice idea from Winks. Thomas gives him the thumbs up. Central midfield to left back attempted there. Nearly came off. Winks just not quite got his range, has he? Thank you to everybody here watching. Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok up there. Make sure you've all hit like, thumbs up, whatever it is on your platform of choice. We're trying to get Instagram going as well during the streams, but that's proven tricky, let's just say, with the provider I use. I might just have to do it live on my iPad there and have a... How many screens am I looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just like having Well, I can show you. Just like having FootMob on there on the iPad. Makes life very easy for me. Still recovering from last night, Annie. Yeah, that one got away from Bristol City, didn't it? Mukasa. Winks. Goes back home to Stalarczyk. He clears his lines. Cordoba heads down. Kovacevic. Norwich give that away on the second pass out from the back. Reed is now travelling forward for Leicester. Gibbs takes it off him. Out it goes for a throw-in to the Foxes. Swindon 0, Bristol Rovers 1 in League 2. Still no goals in any of the three earlies in the Championship right now. In comes a long throw from Thomas. Mikasa underneath it. Looked like he was going to head that, but didn't get anything on it. Ahmed switch of play, opens up the pitch on the right-hand side for Norwich. Northampton 1, Peterborough 0. Big goal for Northampton at bottom of League 1. Ben, do you think if Ipswich don't get top 2, how do you think Ipswich do in a playoff? Everybody knows how Ipswich do when they get in a playoff, apart from once. Leicester, Leighton Orient 2, no, disallowed. Shut up, nothing to see here. And I fumbled it as well. What a moment that was for me. We are under 1 minute from the 45 being completed. And probably a few minutes of stoppage time. Magoma tries to sort his feet out, pokes it towards Ahmed. And cleared somewhat. Crescendo grabs it. Field. Magoma. Field. Keeps hold of it. Ooh. Crescendo tried to feed it back into Magoma. It wasn't the most stupid pass you've ever seen, but he didn't quite have it in the locker to pull it off. All crossed in from the left looking for Daka, and Daka has fouled Cordoba. Searching cross. Not a bad cross, was it? Who did we see the other week? Agyemang for Derby. He would have just jumped through Cordoba then, wouldn't he? Bonsal on TikTok. Come on, Pompey. Oh, he's a Baggies fan. I get it. Have we got a goal, Brendan? Unbelievable scenes. Derby 0. Blackburn 1. Well, are Derby going to go 0 point week? Surely not. Although it's happening right now. Seth, you got a mention on BBC Radio Stoke in midweek. Oh dear. What have I done now? We're into 2 minutes of remaining stoppage time. Lots of pictures of Jordan James there on the bench. They'll be very, very pleased to have him back. Someone mentioned you said it was the most 0-0 game, but yeah, right. Well, it wasn't 0-0 in the end, was it? Pereira crosses back stick looking for Reed. We have played the 2 minutes of minimum stoppage time. And that is half time on a fairly uneventful first half here from King Power. Norwich were, well, there was a period for probably 15-20 minutes where they were well on top, weren't they? Just didn't really create at the top end, and a few times they got in really nice positions, and it was just that last 15-20% they needed to execute on, and they would have definitely been in front in this game. Lots of talk about injuries, but you've got to get the ball to your striker for that to be an issue in the first place. And just at the very last bit, Norwich not quite justifying some pretty good build-up play. And particularly from Magoma in the 10, he's been buzzing about. And with Leicester kind of looking a little bit passive and, you know, being happy for Norwich to have the ball. Magoma's had a lovely old time, hasn't he? He's been the key guy so far, hasn't he? But no goals in it. And like I said in the predictions with Sam, I don't think Leicester would be, you know, if you're unbeaten after 3 and you've scored 3 points and you got things moving, they'd love a clean sheet, wouldn't they? That'd be something. But it's not the worst start if they get a draw. Norwich don't really do draws, though, do they? I think I checked and it was sort of 10 wins and 4 defeats in 14, which is superb form for Norwich. You'll happily lose 4 games if you're going to win the other 10 every 14. Won't ya? But yeah, that's about all she wrote for the first half. Lewis, we are shocking at defending. 2-3 men at a set play and 1-0. Lewis is a Derby fan. That's where we've got our only goal. Derby 0. Blackburn 1. Pompey battering Hull, says Poke Plus Live Store, whatever that means. God knows how it's 0-0 over on TikTok. How are the lads? Up the effing Sunderland, says C. Wheatley. I think they're leading, aren't they? I think they are. Tony Snooker, we missing Toure in this game, but are you? I think Norwich, I don't think Kvistgaarden has been a drop-off on what Toure would have done, given the way Leicester have defended and Norwich's final ball. I think Toure would have had as many touches as Kvistgaarden has got. But you never know, because in the reality that we all live in, he's not playing. So, yes. Right, I'm going to attempt to make an instant coffee. It's probably going to be gross, isn't it? I'll try my best anyway. In the meantime, why don't you fill the comments with questions as I disappear at half time. Make sure you've hit the like button, obviously, if you haven't already. That helps us out greatly. And, yeah, if you can summon a goal or 2, only 1 goal across the 3 championship games thus far. So pretty quiet it has to be said. Let me just be hyper organised. Look at this, you lot. Let's put the clock up for the second half already. You respect that level of organisation, don't you? Eh? And let's get rid of that. Because my computer is not necessarily responding as well as... in fact, it's given me the spinning wheel. Stop it. There we go. Right. I'm now going to leave you, I promise, for 5 minutes. Let's just say bye-bye to the fine people on TikTok. If you're watching on TikTok, we'll start up the feed again in 5 minutes, okay? So goodbye to you guys, and goodbye for now. Don't go anywhere. We will be back in 5 for hopefully a riveting second half with lots of goals. It's Leicester 0, Norwich 0. See you in 5. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is Leicester 0, Norwich 0 in this one at half time. So I'm attempting to navigate TikTok, which I'm utterly terrible at. Oh, there I am. Right. And I can let you guys all back in. There we go. In the other earlies in the Championship, only the one goal thus far, that coming for Blackburn at Derby. So down in the relegation zone, Hayden Carter with that one. That means, God, if Blackburn won that, they'd go to 41 points with still 11 games to go. Really could be a high tide and lots of points scored at the bottom this season. Pompey are already at 40 if they can hold on to the point they currently have. They are 0-0 with Hull. And Leicester obviously in our game. So essentially, with the way the live league table looks right now, we have 19th, 20th and 21st all in action in this 12:30 kickoff period. Huge game later is West Brom Oxford, and if Leicester do manage to score a point in this one, that game then becomes 22nd versus 23rd. Louis on TikTok, Bristol City playoff hopes over already. Well, they're not over, but they don't look like a playoff team. Very inconsistent, don't they? Do you see Ipswich going up in autos or playoffs? I think everyone will say neither is your answer to that. I don't know. Do I see Ipswich finishing? I think Ipswich are more likely to finish in the playoff spots, aren't they? But hey, they could have a nice surge for the rest of the season and make it past Middlesbrough. We shall see. Blackburn looking good for survival. Yeah, and it's amazing just what a quick splurge of wins does, doesn't it? So if Blackburn were to win this game at Derby, which they are winning right now, Rovers. So before O'Neill joined, obviously they sacked Big Val on transfer deadline day and then beat Sheff Wednesday the next day. In fact, we're going to see the goal here for Rovers. Oh, he is completely free. Lewis was saying it, wasn't he, in the chat? Carter just guides that header home. If they were to win this, Blackburn, they would have won 4 out of 6. So that would be 12 points in 6 games. A 2 points per game average for a nice, decent sample size. That can really move the needle, can't it? That didn't sound healthy, did it? On my desk there, just messing around with my mic too much as we go. Thank you for your support here on the channel. Thank you for joining. How are we doing for likes? Let's have a little look. We are at 109 likes. That is sensational. I was hoping we got to 50 before kickoff. We have got to 100 now. That's really, really brilliant. Interesting news. I have in my hand a cup of coffee. I spent the first half moaning that there was no coffee, the little capsules that you put in the machine. And there were some capsules, but I don't know whether they are absolutely rank, because why would my missus have told me there was no coffee if she'd have known that that was there? So my theory is that not much gets past her. She knew that they were there and they're just not very nice. And we're about to find that out, aren't we? We shall see. So I'll try and take a sip now. Might not have cooled down. It's okay. Sometimes you buy those coffee pods and they put weird flavours in them, don't they? And it just does not work. But that's all right, I think. I'll survive with that. It'll get me through the second half. Anyway, Big Belly. Who do you think wins this game? I mean, it looks more likely to be Norwich, doesn't it, on the basis of the first half? But hey, we could get a completely new pattern in the second half. Leicester looked a little bit too risk averse, didn't they? A bit too narrow when they were defending, and not much in the way of the ideas when they were attacking. Cameras on Paris Magoma, who was having lots and lots of influence in the first half. May I say a glorious big thank you and point the wrong finger to the wonderful people at Betfred who look after our watch-alongs here on YouTube. And I will be at Betfred on Monday appearing on the Sportsman Untitled podcast. So huge thank you to the Betfredders over in Manchester. I will be on the 6:40 a.m. Tom. Halftime entertainment is Ben's Coffee gross. It's all right. It is all right. I'm not going to complain. I was getting criticised though, Dom, in the first half for being a bit of a... It's a bit luxurious, isn't it? Moaning about not having coffee on point when you think what your ancestors might have gone through. Right, I need to start the timer for the second half. It's Leicester 0, Norwich 0. I did want to answer that question about pronunciation. What did it say? Just quickly before we get into this. Michael, hi Ben, you sound so confident when you pronounce the unpronounceable. You've done that on purpose there, unpronounceable names. Do you write them down phonetically to remind you? Thank you, Michael. If I sound confident, that's a big front. I'm not. And it's very hard for people like me. You get tons and tons of criticism. I'm surprised no one's written Cresene rather than Cresen as I say it. Here comes Springett, by the way. Cross comes in from the right-hand side, all blocked by Nelson. And the only one I had to write down phonetically or say 5 times or whatever was Talavierov, the fullback for... Who does he play for? Stoke. And then he just wears Maxi on his back, so we just end up saying Maxi in the end. But yes, it's a thankless task here. And the truth with pronunciation is that the people that criticize you for pronunciation, all they want is for you to say every word in their preferred way. When you actually boil it down, it's a control thing. They want things to be the same for themselves. And it's quite tricky in life to be open-minded enough to understand that different languages, different speech patterns, different accents all exist, which means 10 people might say the same word in potentially a different way. And I feel that it's good to be open-minded about these things. Apologies if you might have had a little freeze there. Hopefully the stream is all okay. Bobby Reid has got it on the left, crosses in back stick, and there is the aforementioned Cresen nodding that one out for a corner to Leicester. Which is going to come in from the left-hand side. Oh, no, it's not. It's gone short. Fatu Mukasa. Fatu. Oh, he's tried to sking Springer. And it's a goal kick. He went down. Springer takes the high fives. Was it Fisher? Sorry. From his team there. Looked a dangerous one, didn't it? Slides in. Yeah. Gets a little foot on the ball. Knocks it onto Fatawu. Doesn't appear to foul him. On we go. Cheers, everybody. I have coffeed. We didn't reset the teams. I was too busy waffling on about my beliefs on pronunciation. I think that's probably a good place to leave it, because they are just beliefs, aren't they? There is no binary when it comes to how you should, and particularly when we're talking about, it's names with football, isn't it? Lots of people from lots of different countries being watched in lots of different countries by people from different countries who speak in different tongues. As you say there, Marie from Social, be inclusive. Somebody from Thailand is not going to say my name the same way as somebody from Italy, even though they're saying the same word. And we should probably celebrate that, shouldn't we? We should celebrate the fact they're saying my name at all. Imagine that, eh? Right, I need to reset the teams really quickly. Sorry. I am going to do it. And we're actually going to watch the game as well. Leicester, Stelarczyk, Pereira, Thomas, Nelson, Okoli, Skip, Winks, Fatawu, Mukasa, Reed and Daka. For Norwich, Kovacevic, Fisher, McConville, Cordoba, Crizen. It was Fisher, sorry, who made that tackle a minute ago on Fatawu. Leicester building up to the edge of the box. Field. Steps out, Skip fouls Ahmed. Gibbs, Magoma, Ahmed and Kvist Garden. Not forward, looking for Magoma. They haven't managed to get him on the ball yet in the second half here. Northampton 1, Peterborough 1 in League 1. Skip's got to be careful. He dives in again. Magoma beats his man. Drills the shot in. Good save. Oh, Liam Gibbs is saying, why didn't you square that to me? Best chance of the game, that, potentially, wasn't it? Skip falls on his backside. Oh, Magoma really skinned Okoli. You don't blame Magoma for shooting there with the left foot. But Gibbs is correct. A cutback would have left him a easier finish from a more central position. Just looking in terms of these Norwich injuries that we've been talking about all game. When they beat Coventry 2-1, entire back five's the same. McLean's there. It's Field instead of Matson. Well, that may be an upgrade. Springer, Ben Slimani and Ahmed. But it's not Ben Slimani, but it's Magoma who's been the best player on the pitch. Yes, Makama up top. That's a loss. But, we're hearing it framed as, quote, 16 first-team players injured. I'm seeing pretty much the same team that beat Coventry, where nobody mentioned injuries. So plenty of good players out there still for Norwich. Steffi Mavadidi is getting his training top off. Getting ready to go. PDX Geek. Oh, there's one around the corner. Kvist Garden. Oh, he went with the right foot there. Could have gone with the left. I'm working on a stream of football prediction app with graphic widgets you can use in streams. Yeah, very, very much so. Matteson is a massive loss. Mattison's one of our best players. Yeah, he's decent. Fields played lots and lots of championship games. I'm just saying it may not be as dramatic as 16 first-team players injured, crippling injury crisis. Just saying football fans might exaggerate sometimes for effect. Humans might exaggerate for effect. Great win against Coventry with mainly the same team. Oh, Kovacevic has lost that. Oh, crikey. On the ball, in the box. Holds his hand up to apologise. Here's Magoma. Okoli just gets a foot in there. Just sliding in there on Kovacevic. He managed to get a little fingertip on it and pick the ball up afterwards. Derby have equalised. Derby 1, Blackburn 1. Ben Brereton Diaz. Scoring against one of his many former clubs. Corner goes in near post. Oh, Stalarczyk spills it. Shot came in from the edge of the box there. Blocked out. Cross goes in. Springett puts it in. Excuse me, Fisher. Keep getting that wrong, don't I? For goodness sakes. Is Brereton Diaz a former Blackburn player? Yeah. Without being snipey, that's why I said it. Good few seasons at Blackburn. Definitely would be bringing on Slimani. Yeah, I think we will see him pretty soon. Not as soon as we're going to see Steffi Mavididi. I will say, though, in terms of Slimani, that Magoma has been Norwich's best player. So, you know, this idea constantly that we get that the players that are not there are, you know, going to make all the difference. Well, the player that is there has played really well. Free kick in short, McLean. Headed out. Magoma. Looked like he got body checked there. No foul given. Leicester half clear their lines. Norwich are building up a bit of pressure again here, and Okoli has to pop that out for a throw-in. What did I think of Watford last night, Tyler? Coin flip game. One with a little bit of quality. Great strike from Jeremy Ngakia. This one clipped into the channel. Chris Garden chases it. Oh, padded back in. Magoma. Magoma can't get it across. It's blocked out there. And Stalarczyk grabs it. Mavididi gets his first touch. Oh, am I going to get to see the Diaz goal? Looks like it. Oh, that's pathetic from Sky. I want my money back. They went picture in picture to show you the Derby goal, and they just showed you a picture of what you were seeing on the actual picture. Unbelievable. John, honest question, Ben. Do you enjoy live streaming or is it work? Now, this is where you've got to be careful not to assume that life is a zero-sum game and everything is binary. Yes, it is work, and I enjoy it. Two things can be true at the same time. A yellow card has come out for Cordoba, who got away with one in the first half, actually. So maybe he wouldn't have even made that tackle if he'd got the first yellow. Fouls for Tawu, who'd made the dribble towards the box. Yeah, just completely cleaned him out, didn't he? Definite yellow card. Just flat-footed there. Cordoba. And a free kick for Leicester. Oh, when it goes under the bar, good header out by Ben Krisen. And Norwich half clear their lines. Shot comes in from Winks, kind of like half tackle, half shot, and it bimbles wide. And I think that is going to be a goal kick. And we're going to get a double sub here for Norwich. We are going to see Anis Ben Slimane and Paris Magoma, who played really well in the first half, is coming out. Kvistgarden is also leaving us, and Errol Mundell Smith will be joining us. Norwich a bit down to the bare bones. Up top, Makama injured. Toure injured. Sargent sold. It's a double change. For Norwich. As we go over the hour mark. Mavididi tries to poke that inside to Daka. Okoli. Oh, nice feet by Pereira. Couldn't get it off to Winks, so goes back into centre half. Decent team shape, though, from Norwich. Can't play through them, Leicester. Leyton Orient 1. Barnsley 3. In League One. It's a foul in central midfield. Sam Field has been penalised. Bournemouth have equalised in the Premier League, apparently. One there against Sunderland. Oh, free kick goes in early. And Daka, if he connects with that properly, has a huge chance. But he doesn't connect with that properly. Gibbs impeded from taking the throw in, and he's right actually, Gibbs. Yeah, it's a yellow card. Luke Thomas off the pitch literally just stands in his way so he can't take the throw in. Clearly impeding his man. He just held on to him so he couldn't take the throw in. Housery, I tell you. An 8th yellow card of the season for Leicester's Luke Thomas. Did Liam Gibbs get booked as well? Why did he get booked? I'm not entirely sure why that was. What did he do? What did he say? Who knows? Pereira goes back home. To Stalemate. Oh, he waved the imaginary card. Don't wave the imaginary card. Want to know how to get booked in a football match? Do that, hey? McGoldrick scored a hat-trick, did he? What a bloke. How old is he? Like 40 or something now, McGoldrick. Unbelievable. Oh, there's one. Through is Ahmed. He's round the keeper. The goal is open and it's a big tackle. Oh, if Ahmed could have just got the shot off well, he would have been offside. Thought he was in then. He's not offside. I think fortunately for the linesman there, just got back and made the tackle. Happy Saturday, Mr. Bloom. Happy Saturday, George, Alan. Field. Fisher. Slimane. Drilled in low by Crizen. Huge chance for Slimane. Good save. Oh, he didn't hit that badly, did he? It came back to him on the half volley. Stalemate saves down. They're getting closer. Norwich saves down to his right, excuse me. It's not quite in the corner. He doesn't do a lot wrong, does he? Comes back at him, Ben Slimane. He hits it early. I think just a foot over to the keeper's right and he scores that, doesn't he? I'm really sorry to the conversations that are not in English there in the chat there. But if we fill the chat full of stuff that the 99% majority of the audience... Oh, shot driven in low, and there is the goal for Norwich. And Ben Slimane, the substitute, has done it. He got his range just a minute before. Drills it low this time. It's right in the corner. And you've got to say they probably deserve it, don't they? Norwich. Slimane off the bench. Magoma maybe punching the holes in the first half. But it's Ben Slimane who has delivered the opening goal. And for the 1055th game in a row, Leicester do not keep a clean sheet. And that goal pops the Foxes back into the bottom three. The second it hit the net, basically. Take a point off on the live league table. Good goal that, actually, isn't it? Field knocks it in. 1, 2, 3. It's a really good goal. First touch with the left foot. Second with the outside of the right foot. Beats Okoli. And then pops it in the bottom corner. Impressive from Ben Slimane. And it's Leicester 0, Norwich 1. And let's be honest, if someone was opening the scoring in this game, it was Norwich, wasn't it? Given what we've seen throughout the 69 minutes we've played so far, the goal time 67, 57. Left-handed Tom, Vipotnik not starting. I'll take it. Hope he's okay. Lead is deserved. Yeah, it probably is, isn't it? Mavadidi. Down the line to Skip. Winks. Fatawu. Fatawu, lovely feet. Winks. Cross comes in from the right. Mavadidi on the far stick. Didn't really attack it, did he? Kind of jumped sideways on and the header down's an easy one for Kovacevic to save. Fisher just got touched tight, didn't he? But yeah, you just wanted to try and jump over the top of... I know you risk giving the foul away, but if you jump fairly, you're all right. Nelson. Thomas. Offside flag goes up against Daka. There are Ben Napper and Neil Adams. Much maligned when Norwich were knocking out 0.5 points per game under Liam Manning earlier in the season. A big switch of play there, looking for Gibbs. Oh, it's turned over again. Gibbs pops it into the box, headed out by Okoli, who got taken to school a bit there by Ben Slimane. I think it's going to be a restart for Norwich. Oh, have we got a goal for Hull? Looks like things are finally moving in the earlies, and we've got a goal in all three of them now. Matt Crooks has scored for Hull. And Jordan James is getting ready to join us on the bench from Gary Rowett, just having a word with him. Looks like Jordan Ayew is coming on as well. Hull will be moving into third spot, I think. Yeah, Hull go on to 60 points as things stand. They move above Millwall and away from Ipswich, who they were tied with on goal difference. Leicester about to make the double switch. I think we're going to see the goal again here. It's really well taken, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. Bosh. Bit of quality from Anis Ben Slimane. He bounces it perfectly as well. You want that ball bouncing just where the keeper's diving, don't you? And that's exactly what Slimane does with it. Oh, it's going to be a treble. Jamal Lascelles is going to come on. I think Gary Rowett's just invoking the chaos theory here. Throw in 3 subs and see if you can, disrupt things. Looks like Okoli is finished for the day. He's walking gingerly away. Derby 2, Blackburn 1. So that game has turned completely on its head, hasn't it? Right, treble from Leicester here. Lascelles, Ayew, James, all in. Okoli, Daka and Mukasa out. So they're all pretty much straight swaps, aren't they? A defender, a striker and a sort of attacking midfield position. Apologies for some bad language there, which we will remove from the comments. Leicester still have a great bench. Why are they so bad? I think there's a few failed football managers haven't been able to figure that out. The second goal for Derby, Matt Clark, the scorer. All Mundle, Smith knocks it back. Gibbs is there. James gets back in the left back area to win a throw-in. And Leicester crashing into a couple of tackles, but I don't know. Does it feel a little bit like, oh, okay, make a treble sub, make a couple of tackles. That'll save everything. Game's just not been trending in that direction, has it? Free kick taken really short, which allows McLean to knock it to Fisher. Cross goes in. It's broken. Surely they're going to put in number 2. And that is exactly what they have done. And the disaster season at Leicester goes on. It's Leicester 0, Norwich 2. Ali Ahmed picks up the pieces on the back stick there. They were fast asleep, weren't they? From the free kick, it got taken short. McLean wide awake, Fisher wide awake. Cross goes in. They don't clear it, and there is Ahmed on the far post. And the King Power starts to empty out. Gary Rowett realises what a tough job he's got on here. And it's Leicester 0, Norwich 2. I think it was Thomas on the near post who should have made the clearance, shouldn't he? There. It's turned back across the box. Fair play. It's Mundle Smith, the sub. I say he turns it back across the box. It's a shot. But that doesn't matter. He keeps it alive for Norwich. And that surely is game over, isn't it? With 12 to play of the 90. Norwich go 2-0 up. Cordoba needs to be careful there. He's already been booked. Had his arms on Ayew. If you're the Norwich captain, you'd just go and have a word with him there, wouldn't you? And say, don't get red carded. In comes the corner, right-footed. Headed clear. Pereira knocks it back in. Headed out by Chrisen. Mundell Smith. Inside 2, but gets the lucky bounce. Live league table. Let's have a look. Up at the top, Hull. In fact, am I going to see the goal picture in picture? It looks like it. Oh, bad back pass. Knocked back to Crooks. Crooks knocks it in. So Hull go up to 3rd as things stand. They lead at Pompey. Derby are beating Blackburn. They move to 7th as things stand, albeit 3 points off the playoff positions. Jack Stacey's going to come in for Liam Gibbs for Norwich. Sub just happening right now. Norwich themselves going to move on to 45 points. So surely we can stop talking about them being in the relegation conversation. I'd be pretty much have to score probably 1 or 2 points from the remaining 11 Norwich, and this is going to be their 11th win in 15 games. Norwich. Pompey are losing. Blackburn are losing, and Leicester are losing. It's actually a brilliant result if you're a West Brom or you're an Oxford fan or a Charlton fan, but Charlton are already at 41 points. So yeah, if you're in the Oxford or the West Brom dressing room, it's a huge opportunity now to make up 3 points on pretty much everybody, knowing that it's a head-to-head against teams down at the bottom. That's literally what a head-to-head means. But you know what I'm saying, don't you? We're going to see the Matt Clark goal as well, picture in picture. Recycle set play. Clark arriving. Sticks it in from inside the 6-yard box. And Derby have just gone 3-1 up. Corner for Leicester. Winks puts it in. Headed up in the air by Cordoba. Kovacevic tips it over his own bar. And it goes again from Winks, headed out on the near post. Winks, little short one inside to Mavadidi. Cordoba heads out again for Tawu on the volley. He has the capability to slam that in the top corner. He doesn't. It's one in the channel for Mundell Smith to chase. Did Lascelles keep that in? I think he did. As in, kept it from being a corner. It's gone out for a throw-in. Krasen is going to take it. And it's gone. Oh, offside. Brewster, the goal scorer for Derby. In fact, we're going to see that picture in picture right now. That's got away from Blackburn, hasn't it? Went from 2 to 3 very quickly. He's been in good form, Rhian Brewster, hasn't he? On the end of the cross there, nods it in. Ben Slimane wins it in the air. Ahmed. Liam on TikTok, calm down, mate. I'm also streaming on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. And there are lots of people watching. Friends of mine can have a one-to-one chat with me on the phone. Here comes Ben Slimane. Liam, you seem very, very preoccupied with who I support. You tell me why it matters to you who I support. Because you strike me as the sort of person who won't like the answer. Not sure why it matters. It's the question I get asked the most, hey? Knock forward for Ahmed to chase. Easily won back. Nelson to James. Norwich just trying to stage manage this now. Keep the clean sheet. Take the 3 points. Cordoba holds it up. And Norwich can counter. Leicester clear their lines. How was the halftime coffee, Yoddy Toddy? It was okay. I've had worse. Which means I think my missus might have missed the fact that there was some more coffee that she didn't see. I should go and hide it, shouldn't I? Benjamin Bloom, man of the people. I must remember to thank him. $87.50 on the clock. The Leicester fans are streaming out of the King Power. Go and try and enjoy the rest of their Saturday, having seen their team lose. PDX Geek, thank you. Super chat there. You can support whomever, but this $2 is for Rex. Well, thank you very, very much. Throw in to Leicester. We're going to get another sub from Norwich. No, it looked like they were prepping one. cleared long by Kovacevic. We go into the final minute of the 90. Norwich just trying to get over the line in this one. They've got a 2-goal lead. They've got the clean sheet as things stand. Just need to finish the job. Heavy pass by Mavadini. James has been flagged for offside. Which should be enough to take it over the 90 minutes, and we will see where we are in terms of stoppage time. Ali Ahmed is the man of the match on the left wing for Norwich. We have played 30 seconds of the 6 minutes of stoppage time. Who's my man of the match, Alan? It was probably Magoma at half-time, but they took him off, didn't they? So, yeah, I suppose you'd have to go with Ahmed, really, wouldn't you? Would have been Magoma, I'd suggest, if he'd stayed on a little bit longer. Well, I suppose the goals have come a bit later in the in proceedings, haven't we, with Ben Slimane and Ahmed grabbing them. Here's Mavadini into the box. Doubled up on him there, Jack Stacey with the tackle. Coming up, 2 minutes played of the 6 minutes of minimum stoppage time. James to Nelson. Nice one around the corner from Mavadini. Thomas, good block by McLean, has come back to Mavadini. Fair play, McLean got back and made the second tackle as well. Krazen. Cleared, I think, off Fatawu. And yeah, just another, they were prepping one, another double sub for Norwich. Out comes the man of the match, Ahmed. Seeing his decisive second goal there. Right place, right time. Reacted the quickest, didn't he? And popped that one in close range. Jacob Wright is on. Sam Field, who's been decent, hasn't he? He comes out as well. Tony Springer. Oh, I kept getting mixed up with Callum Fisher earlier in the game. He's actually on the pitch now. How about that? Worth. Winks. James. Tries to knock it out to Fatawu. Overhits it. And that will probably empty out another couple of thousand seats in the King Power. As Top, the owner, looks on. He's got a screen in front of him, so he realises he's on TV right now. He's like, right, don't react. "70 seconds of minimum stoppage time remaining." Nelson comes up the pitch, knocks it into James. Derby 3, Blackburn 1 is a full time. I think Pompey and Hull are still going. Fatawu into the box, takes it to the byline. That's really well defended by Ben Crizen. Called the physio over as well. I don't know if he's hurt his shoulder there as he went over. Fatawu beat him out by the touchline. Ran into the box. He chased in gainfully with him. It's just delaying at the end of this game now. Although I reckon they might well just take the corner. Has he popped his shoulder out? Possibly has. Corner comes in. Norwich defend with 10. Out to Thomas. James hits the shot. Blocked by Wright on the edge of the box. And that is the last action of the game. Leicester 0. Norwich 2. And the risk of relegation for Leicester City gets more and more real with every passing game. The Foxes, well, they're kind of temporarily out of the bottom three during this game. While it was 0-0, we were kindly adding another point on for Leicester, which took them out. But then as soon as Norwich took the lead, which they did in the second half, we now have Leicester guaranteed to be in the bottom three with... they've got 11 to play now. The results haven't been too bad for Leicester in terms of the other teams, obviously. Blackburn have lost, having led against Derby, and Portsmouth have also lost at home to Hull. But we know that one or other of Oxford and West Brom later on today are going to be picking up at least a point. Although, I suppose all the teams down there will want them to draw, or will want Oxford to get the 3 points just to keep that relegation line where it is. But yeah, Leicester a bit sort of devoid of ideas in the first half. You're kind of watching the game and you're thinking, this is a Leicester side that I think it's something like 30 games haven't kept a clean sheet. And you can see what they've been told, be really deep and be really, really compact. And they would just seem to be too narrow, didn't they? Norwich sort of start building up the play and having lots of space out wide. Magoma was really good for Norwich in the first half. He was on the ball lots. And I don't know, it looked in the first half like you could see it coming, you know, that Norwich were the better side. But just the final action from Norwich. Crescenti might have hurt his shoulder at the end of the game there. Had a few nice moments getting into good positions from left back. And yeah, they just didn't have the final ball. And it was a first half very much where nothing really translated into chances, although Leicester actually recorded 0.16 XG in the first half. Norwich did themselves have 3 shots on target. And there was a period in that first half where I was thinking Philippe Clement, the Norwich manager, was going to be thinking, oh, crikey, really should be in front now. So I think Norwich will be disappointed they didn't go in leading at half-time. And then you kind of wonder, got Norwich fans in the chat literally all game telling me about injured players. Plenty of good players on the pitch, by the way, for Norwich. But you did wonder whether Leicester might be able to do something off the bench the longer it went. But honestly, the longer it went, the stronger Norwich got, really, didn't they? They did have to pull Magoma out of the game, which you'd think might have been a concern because he was their best player in the first half. But key substitution, really, it was Ben Slimane and Errol Mundle-Smith who come on, and one of them's going to get a goal and one of them is going to get an assist. And with the game kind of drifting towards what would have probably been a good point for Leicester, and definitely they would have loved the clean sheet, wouldn't they? As we see the worst coordinated fist bump from Philippe Clement and Kenny McLean, the Norwich manager and captain, I think I've ever seen there. I think McLean stitched his manager up there. He might be due a fine for that one. But yeah, really good bit of quality for Ben Slimane for the goal. Just before that, he'd had a chance and he couldn't quite fashion it into the corner with the right foot. And then, it's a real bit of quality, isn't it? Field knocks it into him on the edge of the box. He takes the first touch with the left foot. The second touch was the outside of the right foot, which completely mugs off Okoli, the defender. And then he sweeps it right into the corner, Ben Slimane, with the right foot. And he bounces it as the keeper is diving across. Just those 3 touches, bang, 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 goal. Real quality from Anis Ben Slimane, who has just been really good since he's come in to the team, hasn't he? For all the talk about Norwich players being injured right now, this is a player that, didn't really do anything until January. And we've had, crikey, I can't even count up the goal contributions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 assists as well. He is notching them up game by game, Ben Slimane. And I've just seen on the screen there, he's given the Man of the Match award to Ali Ahmed, who got the second goal. And this is just symptomatic of a team with no confidence, playing a team with plenty of confidence. Norwich lining up the free kick. They're wide awake, McLean and Fisher. They take the free kick short. The cross goes in from the right. It's blocked out. I think it's Thomas who should clear it. Then Mundle puts it back across the box and Ahmed is arriving on the back stick to make it 2-0. And given we've already said that, Leicester had been pretty devoid of ideas, the idea that they were then going to come back from 2-0 down, just wasn't really one that was very realistic, was it? And Norwich fairly comfortably control the rest of the game and win it 2-0. So to round out on Norwich, they move on to 45 points. Normally, when we do preview championship seasons, we look at the average survival total, and it is normally about the 45-point mark. So I just don't feel it's of any relevance to talk about Norwich in the relegation battle. They're 16th and they've got 45 points with 10 games to go. You'd be looking at them losing pretty much all of their games and maybe drawing a couple for them to be overtaken by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams now it would need to go past them. So fair play to Phil Clement, who's moved Norwich out of that conversation, and they're pretty much guaranteed survival with 11 games still to play, barring some kind of miracles. And for Leicester, well, does it go from bad to worse, or is it just going from bad to bad to bad, and it's always been bad, it is bad, and it's going to continue to be bad? So Gary Rowett drew his first 2 games. To be fair, one of them was away at Middlesbrough, the other away at Stoke. And then you look at it, 3-game week to start things off. If they'd drawn this game 0-0, I'd probably be sat here saying, okay, that's something for Leicester to build on. But they don't get the clean sheet. They're not undefeated under Gary Rowett. They've lost his first game at home in charge, and they're in the bottom 3. So all of a sudden, it's like Rowett needs a win, and he needs one quickly. Yes, it's been a difficult start, hasn't it? With 2 difficult away games. I mean, Stoke haven't been great, but Borough certainly difficult, and Norwich obviously in very good form. But I mean, next game they go away to Ipswich as well. Leicester, okay, that's going to be at the back of a 3-game week for Ipswich, but does that really matter now with Leicester, given how little confidence there seems to be there with these players? And you kind of look at it, they just look shell-shocked every time they play at the King Power, don't they? And you see they put the camera on Fatawu at the end, and he's kind of clapping the fans. And I forget who said it. We were doing one of the Sportsman Untitled podcasts, and I think it might have been Simon, the host, saying that Leicester have, barely got any players who are going to be there next season because the contract's running down and all that sort of stuff. And, you need these players to be fighting for the club to keep them in the Championship. Obviously, they've pulled the trigger on Marty Cifuentes, but Oxford have made the change to Matt Bloomfield. They're 5 points behind. West Brom are either about to bring in somebody new, or James Morrison's going to take it to the end of the season. Blackburn have got a bit of a bounce already out of Michael O'Neill and a bit of a lead. Pompey have been in decent enough form. So it really, really could happen to Leicester. And yeah, if you make the assumption, famous last words, that Leicester don't beat Ipswich next week, then they are going to be going into 10 games to go, either in the bottom 3 or tied on 3 points with the bottom 3. So, yeah, plenty of games to go, but they tick away fairly quickly, don't they, when you're not picking up any results and you're trying to turn around the QE2 or the Titanic or whatever Leicester is at the moment. So, yeah, even though comfortable performance and win by Norwich, I guess the tongues are going to be wagging as it pertains to Leicester and their potential relegation. But let's not bury the lead. Norwich, good win. Their great form continues. 11 wins in 15 in all comps. And it was Leicester 0, Norwich 2. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I'm going to say goodbye to the wonderful people on TikTok there. We'll stop the stream up there. And I'm going to say thank you to all of you lot here on YouTube. We are going to be back tomorrow with the hot takes in the morning. It'll be Blue Monday in the evening, depending on what Ipswich do against Swansea. And Sportsman on Monday. And we'll be back in this very chair doing another watch along. It is Birmingham versus Middlesbrough. Come and join us for that on Monday night live from 7:45. Really appreciate all of your support. We did have a couple of super chats. No super chat target today, but let's say a big thank you to PDX Geek as well for the support there. I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my Saturday. And so are the Norwich fans, because they've got the win here. Leicester 0, Norwich 2 from the King Power. See you tomorrow morning for the hot takes. And just a big thank you for everybody for joining. And it is over and out from me. Have a good rest of your Saturday, and we'll see you